Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. They said Ebony's family had to go, immediate family, okay, the sister, the mother, the cousin, they had the mother and the cousin, that they had to go meet with Adetutu's family to beg the family to, convince Adetutu to go ahead and marry the great lion, that she would never, ever, ever cross Adetutu's path as long as she stays in that palace. That why would she even cross Adetutu's path? That Adetutu should know that they are all Ominirin children, right? And so they do not cross each other paths. That Adetutu should not consider the small fracas they had when she was first introduced to the great lion and begin to use that to judge her, because Adetutu's judgment of her is based on that. That if not for those fracas that they had, the physical fracas that they had, that what does Adetutu have on her that Adetutu want to use to judge her, apart from hearsay, them say, this one say she did this, she did not do that. That Adetutu has got nothing on her. That the fact that Adetutu made it very clear to everyone that the reason why she will not marry the great lion is because of Ebony has made things very difficult for Ebony. Nobody is listening to Ebony, and that was why the great lion made that announcement that Ebony will leave if by Monday Adetutu continues to say the marriage will not hold. That why that is Adetutu happy about what is about to befall her? She has a child, for crying out loud. That every woman in this world, sympathizes with another woman, especially when there is a child involved. That does Adetutu like what is going on? That was what they came to Adetutu's home to tell Adetutu. But at this time, they said Adetutu and the grandmother had prepared. They were going to attend a naming ceremony. That naming ceremony, the people came and, deliberately invited the great lion, because you know that when you invite the great lion for something like that, it comes with a big envelope as expected of the king. So when they invited the great lion said, you are Adetutu, I am sending you to go and represent me. And gave Adetutu that, I don't know what they call, one small assay that they used to give for Adetutu to use to go and represent the great lion. So at this time when Ebony came with the family to Adetutu's house, they saw that assay and that Adetutu was preparing to go. So Ebony now said that, oh, wahala dio, they are right. Ebony, who came to beg Adetutu and the family, Ebony said, Adetutu is holding Kabiesi's assay. Adetutu has already started representing Kabiesi in events. Even though it is quiet, since they are not married, a lot of people do not know, except for people who are close, people who understand, people who know. That if Adetutu agrees to hold the assay, if Adetutu agrees to represent the great lion, why will Adetutu not agree to marry the great lion? That she feels that Adetutu is deliberately doing this, using this avenue to try and kick her out of her matrimonial home. Now, do you understand what happened? She came to beg when she entered the house and she saw that assay. They have this assay. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well, if that is what they call it. They have this staff that are very special to the great lion. They said they have a lot of them. They have the big one, the one that when people like the jewel is going to represent the great lion, she will carry. The one that when people like, what's her name again? Ikpi, who was at some point the head of the women in the palace, When Ikpi is going to represent the great lion, Ikpi will carry that one, those big ones. They have the small ones for, the women are they are fashionistas, right? There are some that look like, these small fans, but they belong to the great lion. That, these women, they have them small ones, okay? So when Ebony entered the house, they came to beg and they were talking. And, Adetutu's mother now told them that, look, they did not come in a good time, that right now they are preparing to go to XYZ's house to go for the naming ceremony of their child, that they have to be there on time because Adetutu is representing Kabi AC. And everybody looked around when Adetutu was coming out. Adetutu came out with that essay. Now, apparently, she got jealous immediately. You know that her own jealousy. Ebony has this kind of, that kind of jealousy that is like somebody covering you with something. When you watch, the crime scene investigation, do you see those kind of jealousy that, you would have finished doing what you want to do just because you saw your man with somebody or you saw your woman with somebody before you realize the magnitude of what you have done? Now, that kind of jealous rage is usually like some level of when people are possessed. That's the kind of jealousy that Ebony has. No matter the situation, she might be begging for her life. Once she sees something that she feels should be hers, that thing will cover her. She will not know herself. So she now reacted immediately. When she reacted, Adetutu wanted to react. The grandmother stopped her. She entered inside. Now, Adetutu, the grandmother, scolded them, told them that Adetutu will not agree to marry the great lion because Ebony wants it to be that way. Adetutu will not be made to marry the great lion just for Ebony to stay in the palace. Adetutu will make her decision. After all, she came from the UK to do this thing. If she wants to go ahead and marry the great lion, fine. If she does not want to marry the great lion, fine. It's Adetutu's decision and none other. That was what the grandmother told them, that it was time for them to leave, and that was how they left. Well, this is what we are hearing. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.